Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the exciting, liberty, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland of it all, one we one on. You guessed it, it is Twin Beaches. The only beaches we want apparently are the twin ones. In the north it is an enemy fighting for the Deutsches Afrika's German army here with support of some local Italian troops forming up here with the Kampfgruppe Meyer, formed up from elements of the Italian Bezier Regiment and the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. We got a Bezier bike start, very classic. In the south it is Zuntew fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth here with the 1st Armoured Division. Australian defence, but an incredibly rare sight. We're actually not seeing Australians called in right off the bat. That's actually fairly unusual. As always, though, big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for continued generous and absolutely wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big hearty thanks to keep commenting and, liking the videos, help out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. Okay, now calls in the Australians. Typically, you see the Australians first, then the sections, not the other way around. So, bit unusual there, bit unusual. Zuntew, I think it's like, you what? How many sandbags? Sir, have you lost it? Anyways, Bezier heading northwards, bike racing southwards here, more Bezier up for enemy. Again, fairly standard opening so far. It's pretty much just bike to Bezier, then you tag up. Maybe go for some more Bezier, Panzers, machine guns, assault grenadiers, like a lot of options, then take from there on. By continuation forward, it's going to obviously try and threaten the southern field point here, which is going to force Zuntew to dispatch forces to deal with that. Up north, meanwhile, Italian and German troops there making steady progress. Further west, Australians there, definitely not Bezier. I mean, forwards there, they do have some slightly flashy hats on both sides, so there's like the big feather.
Listen up, boys. Bersaglieri ready to go.
South side here, backs pushing forward. We've got the Dingo here for Zuntew, obviously very good, but also typically tends to be a good counter for some bikes or any other DAK early light vehicles. The Dingo can help out a fair bit, so it does tend to be very popular there. Section of 5 from the Bezier, front down here from a nice series of well-positioned houses. Sappers threatening the fuel point, even as we got the bike here threatening the other fuel points. So both fuel points here on the beaches are now being threatened by either side. Section pushing in with the Lee Enfield rifles here, and of course a Enfield pistol there as well, or possibly with a revolver. Apparently they did use a fair number of revolvers there. Fun fact, that they did use revolvers. It still whereas most armies by this point had gone over to pistols. Kind of one of those ways where the British continue to be a bit British. Bezier has been focused on by the Australians and the Dingo there. Got the marksman shot here. We got the sappers going for the bike. Got self-repairs on there. Section from the other side. Bezier moving up. He ended up slightly not picking the best timing to repair there. We got Panzers here for enemy. To help counter course Dingoes, but also, possible Humbers or Stewards here. Bike is desperate trying to get out of there. But yeah, that's not going to make it out of there. Explodes. A little ball of fire there. Sappers closing in, supported by that Dingo section. Also following in here with the Enfields. Sappers down to 2 men. Panzers out. Fire support elements here that's fighting for the beaches as fierce. He's closer with the 2 sappers, but the sections are drawing enough fire here. And with the veterans 1, the sappers can still do a fair bit of damage, even though they only use 2 men with their stand guns there. And there you go, Bezier routed. So while he's definitely holding the fuel up north, he's losing actually the southern fuel points, so getting a bit dicey for enemy, though not terribly so either. Panzer Peony heading westwards. Got those Panzers there hiding out with their Panzerbüchse.
Superior support weapons are available.
930, I believe, was the number there. And there you go. Got a few hits on the Dingo. And we got the Sangar wall going up here for Zuntew. Section flying away there. Bezier down to 4 men already low on health here. The Panzer is not quite getting anywhere wants to be versus Zuntew at the moment. We'll just have to see what ultimately plans out here. Dingo continue to haul arse out of there. Section closing in with the Lee Enfields. In this case, Australian section. Fuel point there being hit. Note the way Zuntew is just ignoring the points around it, just going straight for the point that matters. We've got grenades there chucked. Panzer going to have to withdraw here. So of course that's going to force troops to deal with that more directly. Got the flak filling with the enemy. Not much of a surprise. He will certainly need it. This is probably also again why Zuntew isn't going for a lot of Australians here versus the DAK, and that's definitely something worth keeping in mind. Well, typically the Australians can in many regards certainly, outperform the regular section. They do have a pair of distinct disadvantages compared to the regular section. One is they don't have anti-tank snares, and the other one is they lack anti-tank rods. I mean, they are really vulnerable to light vehicles or any armor. Which versus the Wehrmacht can sort of get away with just, again, the sheer strength of them, particularly once they get veterancy and some training and all that jazz going. But versus the DAK, who's just going to have a lot more aggressive light vehicles against you, not having any anti-tank grenades or anti-tank rifles can really hurt you. So that's probably why he's going for this. I mean, obviously the Bren gun's also quite nice, whereas again, the Australians do only have the recce package, but seeing like how many players still go for just the recce package, even in the regular sections, I don't think that's going to be like the big winner there, or the big sort of, you know, game changer. But the lack of any sort of anti-tank elements to the Australians, I think, does play a big role versus the DAK. There you go, flak feeling out, and this is where, of course, if he'd gone full Australians, he'd be a lot more exposed. Of course, he can still go for the light anti-tank guns, and he probably will, but you definitely want to be a bit more, you know, broad in terms of your tools. So, troops back here reinforcing. Stuarts there being prepared here for Zuntew. The first Armoured Division. You got Sangha walls here. You might be wondering why here. Probably just to, like, you know, can't be pinned down as easily outside of space here. But it's definitely not something you typically see either, so it's not something that may not be too relevant in most matches. Flak things heading towards the beaches. Panzerjäger's out, so that's another anti-tank section. Obviously a bit concerned, I imagine, about the possibility of, you know, the Stuart or anything else. You got more Sangha walls, so again, looking to make this a bit more defensible, and it can also just cover the point better, because otherwise, I mean, one thing to impart is it's not really a lot of otherwise good cover, so like, you know, defend the point from. South side here, Australia, oh, there's a Yeri hitting a mine there, losing Luigi and Mario. We got Schutzmine here from the Panzerpioniere. And wiring off the Sangha walls. Again, that's actually something worth noting here with the Zuntew. Like, most players just tend to, like, you know, position their stuff, you know, exclusively in the points here. But Zuntew is certainly more willing to just experiment with sandbag positioning. Of course, with the Sangha walls, it is easier because they have barbed wire, you know, by default, so the opponent can't use them. And obviously, if you're going to do that self for any other type of sandbags, you obviously would need to wire them off separately. But still, not necessarily bad then. Certainly stands out a bit. More mines here as well. North side, though, is really seeing no action at all.
Utility truck has arrived.
But the British just gave up on it. There you go. Ambulance out there for enemy back in his base. We got... Interesting enough, he's not going for bolters on his Bessieri either. I think most players would have gone for that because, you know, they're the best areas. Well, there's a bit of an interesting deviation. The 6-pounder gun for Zuntew, but no 2-pounder guns. Panzerjäger's putting pressure here. Zuntew, though, I think needs to, like, do something more in the north here. Obviously, the flak feeling, to some extent, is kind of forced him to obviously play a bit more closely. But at the same time, I do feel like just, you know, ignoring the entire north side for so long, it's just giving enemy a lot of free resources, in particular the munitions. That's like 32 munitions right in the north that enemy is just getting with like no real contest. In fact, we do get a 2-pounder gun as well here. Very light anti-tank gun. Certainly a bit of a unique design as well. But could basically, like, you know, set up as a platform. So just, you know, just firing from the wheels, if you will. But there you go, mines down here as well. More Schutzmine. Briefly thought, like, you know, from zoomed out, they were looking like they were spinning. I'm like, wait, are those mines spinning? That'd be a bit silly. Anyways, they weren't. Third Panzer sword here for enemy. Interesting choice here. I mean, he's up against an opponent mostly with infantry at the moment. I think committing that to Panzerjägers bit risky, in particular this early, because again, it does go away to Zuntew again. He's going for a lot of anti-tank rifles. He's paying attention. Okay, he skips the bolster, but he goes still for the light machine guns. Interesting choices there by enemy. Interesting choices. Sub suppressed here by the flak feeling. We got mortar fire here, or artillery fire actually out here for Zuntew. And there you go, 2-pounder gun, 6-pounder going hits in the flak feeling, pushing it back. Swiftly and rapidly, but again, see there, boom, setting up like that. It's a bit of a feature they'd had. Section moving forward, see. Got the Bessieri being assaulted here. South side, also a bit of pushing, but again, crucially noting the Zuntew is no longer just attacking across like a small narrow strip on the beach. He's attacking now across a broader front here. Flak from the moon, got the ambulance while he's supporting enemy troops at the front line. We got one Breda Modelo 30 up. There we go. Great shot there from the 6-pounder gun on. Or 2-pounder gun here on the flak feeling. 6-pounder gun holding back, being fired out here from the bestiary inside the house. Need to be careful, that ambulance could get knocked out here if enemy isn't careful. And Zuntew is paying attention. He does appear like he's paying attention. Maybe. Okay, ambulance also skedaddles out there. And at the same time, Australians going for the fuel point here. 250 half to going to deal with that. 2-pounder gun looks like it's going to head push down to the beach to deal with that. Light infantry guns for enemy. Certainly had a bit of quiet there, but now things are flaring up quite aggressively. Section hitting a mine there. Waiting for that 2-pounder gun to arrive. Enemy needs to, of course, get this after got this soon. There we go, 2-pounder gun in position. There you go, bestiary pushed out in the open. More panzers coming about here. Obviously going to be great versus any light vehicles out of Zuntew, but say once armor arrives, they're going to be a little less effective. I do feel like it seems a bit excessive here for enemy to commit to like a total of 3 panzers. It's not something you'd see that commonly. There we go, Leicht's infantry shots ready. We got Zuntew pushing straight for the company command post. I imagine in response to all those Panzerjägers. As they pretty much mean any steward is going to be very difficult to keep alive. And of course the Humber is just going to get like instantly destroyed. So that does add a bit of a challenge here to Zuntew under current circumstances and get up some tanks. That said, he's not far away, and I bet he's going to go for the Matilda because the Panzerjägers are particularly going to struggle with the Matilda, even of course they do get deflection damage for some reason. And thus can actually take damage to the Matilda with every shot. They're not going to be doing a lot of damage. More crucial, the Matilda is going to absolutely eat them for breakfast. Ambulance back to the front line here, 250 half hanging back still. Enemy maintaining grip map control, and Zuntew is nonetheless struggling here, like in extending more map control here versus his opponent. Enemy with a Panzer Commando moving ahead for some bigger armor. Might even see armored reserves here. In fact, very likely going to see armored reserves here. That said, of course, some players would just stick to the Panzer III through thick and thin. In the south here, Panzer peon in the fuel point. Could lay down some mines, some sandbags. Again, we got more Sangar walls there. Big wave of troops out of Zuntew's base. And there we go. Withdrawing here the Dingo. Good work keeping it alive for this long, to be honest, particularly with all those Panzerjägers about here. But Zuntew was a patient man, and there we go. We do get the Matilda too. In fact, he's almost got enough manpower to also consider a foot guard section afterwards. Yeah, Matilda 2 definitely makes the most sense. And we got here enemy straight ahead of armored reserves. Not much surprise. Part, of course, is just the sheer amount of map control he has. Obviously, in this situation, that's the sort of thing where he can easily get away with it more easily. Of course, what he then goes for will be a Panther 4, Stugs, Tiger Tank. Obviously, going for the Tiger Tank is going to be a bit more risky, but a Panther 4 could be certainly a good choice. Of course, we're all just going for a bunch of Panther 3s, but certainly once Matilda 2 hits, he's probably going to, like, be happy he didn't go for the Panther 3s. Section 40 into the, well, now mostly ruined lighthouse. They certainly took out a big chunk of that place. I think it's safe to say. There we go, foot guards on the way here for Zuntew. Panzers moving about, taking fire there from all sides. Artillery there bombarding British gun positions. 2-pounder gun wielding Matilda rolling ahead for the glory of the British Empire. Panzerjägers there about to get fired, even as he's not grabbing the machine guns. Right, but there you go again, bunched up. The easy touch from Matilda, which just rips them apart. And again, even with the anti-tank rifles, the damage in view is so minimal, so tiny. It's like, it's going to take a lot of work for that to like really matter. And meanwhile, the Matilda just utterly destroys them.
Our capture point is being neutralized by the enemy.
So, in that sense, we do, see that weakness in committing that heavily to Panzerjägers here for enemy against Zuntew. Like, sure, it's going to lock out the light vehicles, but at the same time, if you shut out the light vehicles entirely, then obviously Zuntew's just going to move for the next thing that's going to absolutely then, of course, counter them, which, of course, would be the Matilda. So, here there's a slight, I think, strategic misstep there by enemy. I mean, the core idea is good, but again, it ignores, like, potential counterplays from the opponent. And we have to get a bit more interesting choice here from Zuntew. It is the 17-pounder gun he's unlocking here. So in this regard, it certainly feels like Zuntew is already similar to, like, you know, how Enemy was thinking, you know, a few steps ahead with his, you know, triple Panzerjägers. He's thinking, you know, several steps ahead, anticipating obviously something big and armored to try and counter his Matilda too. Like, at this point, Zuntew, of course, might already be worrying about a Tiger tank because, you know, his opponent's got most of the map for a good portion of the time. He's got a Matilda 2 out. So obviously a Tiger tank becomes a very tempting, you know, counter choice of that out of Enemy. He selected the Summer Vent as well, assault gun there. 250 half-tech knocked out. Got foot guards there moving about with the Thompson and the bazookas.
You think you can keep up?
Enemy forces have
There we go,
taken
moving
our
up with the anti-tank
territory.
guns here. But also interesting, he actually went for the 17-pounder gun because at that stage it would mean he had all 3 British anti-tank guns: 2-pounder, 6-pounder, and 17-pounder.
The victory point is being taken from us.
2-pounder gun moving up here. Foot guards holding up for the building here. Matilda tank advances. Light infantry gun blasting away, but obviously misses the target majestically. Panzerjägers versus the Matilda 2. A lot of damage being afflicted here.
The enemy has taken a victory.
Matilda 2 this time they're struggling due to the train here actually hitting their Panzerjägers, which does benefit them a bit more. And there you go. Zuntew is going straight for the 17-pounder gun. Bold move. Of course, one reason he could be doing it already now is obviously the 17-pounder gun does come with a truck, so that truck could also run in the build to reinforce the front line, so. But otherwise, typically you don't see anyone going for a 17-pounder gun at this stage with what's on the field. It's very much, you know, a forward-thinking move here by Zuntew. And we'll be interested to see how Enemy responds to it. Because well-positioned 17-pounder gun will definitely make it tough for Enemy to use his armor freely, in particular if he is planning a Tiger tank. That will definitely struggle a bit with the 17-pounder gun. There we go. 17-pounder has arrived here, towed by the truck. But goes put back with the Bessieri. Doing it in. So, Enemy at this point does look like he is very much bound for the Tiger tank, which point Zuntew's move for the 17-pounder gun, I would say, is fairly strong thinking ahead here. There we go, do in fact get the ambulance out here for Zuntew. So obviously again, there's a bit of, shall we say, you know, efficiency here in calling the 17-pounder gun, but he also gets an ambulance.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
This is what some might call double dipping. Panzerjägers are firing away the 2-pounder gun, machine guns, anti-tank are firing away there. And of course, I mean, could also reason went for them is, of course, he could also equip them with machine guns, you know. They're going to be somewhat decent versus infantry as well with that. But there you go, great shot from the Matilda 2. Takes out half the squad. And another shot almost finishes off the other half, with only poor Friedrich there narrowly surviving. Still, Zuntew needs to push harder for map control. North side again still feels a bit too empty. So we're going to see that 17-pounder going to move to the further to the front line. But yeah, got the 2-pounder there, we got the 6-pounder gun there, we got the 17-pounder
Withholding
there.
reinforcements until commanded.
I was wondering why. What does the pounds refer to? It's basically the weight of the shell. It's how you typically, like, you know, they used to in the old days, you know, do gun shells for navies, stuff like that. You know, it's like artillery in general, but also like the navy's like, you know, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound, whatever. And that kind of stuck in the British Army when it came to, like, you know, the anti-tank guns and whatnot, and artillery. So, little fun fact there. He'll do firing back here. 17-pounder gun remaining reserve. He's not quite deploying it yet, I think, because once able to respond here. And we can go for the Tiger tank soon. We're talking moments. And he's going to find, of course, Zuntew is pretty much prepared. There you go. T-Guard here. Tiger 1 from the 504th Schwere Panzerabteilung. 3rd Schwere Panzerkompanie. Strengthening quite a bit of the flak filling. We got, there we go, triple cap here out of Zuntew on Enemy now. Matilda there ripping through the Bessieri. Panzerjägers doing what they can. Grenades going off here. Tiger tank rolling ahead here. But we got the 17-pounder gun ready. Panzers are found with the Tilly's pushing southwards here. 17 pounder gun though is not quite pointing the right direction, though of course it is very quick to do so, and the target tends to be caught in a bad spot. There we go, great shot from the 17 pounder gun, and of course a big signal to enemy that his opponent has a 17 pounder gun. So that suddenly complicates the situation here now for enemy a fair bit. 17 pounder gun, second shot, the whiffs, grab Northern Victory Point back, give it the Bezieri. And how will N respond to this? I mean, one option could be trying to go for the Stukas first to counter this. There's, of course, other paths here that enemy could pursue.
Commandant, Stuka fighters are on standby.
Stukas, artillery cover there. Some of the other options there. But we can see that already now. Zuntew is getting ready to pack up the 17 pounding and move it on again. And obviously, in actual war, you wouldn't have ambulance rolling around anti-tank guns. I mean, there's no way you're gonna, like, convince anyone that this is, like, medically necessary, not a weapon of war. Well, it's a suppository. Ain't suppository? British medicine. I don't believe you. Oh, bugger. Anyways, going for the grants now as well here. Got the best J charging in, but they're charging straight to death trap, then immediately get mauled to death. Calling an artillery cavalry target tank following up as well here. Massive strikes here, Sabba's being deleted there. Matilda taking heavy damage there. 6 pounder gun providing some support, and more artillery fire here. Artillery cover is completely causing Zuntew to just kinda lose focus here. It seems like he's just kind of forgets it's there and takes so much damage from it. Third guys forced to vacate positions. Matilda to withdrawing there, heavily damaged. German force keep pushing forwards here. We got the Panzers with their anti-tank rifles and machine guns here. 6 pounder gun cleared out. That's a good kill there for enemy against Zuntew up north here, pushing for the fuel point there, but seems to have misclicked, or rather missed the mark. Black feeling pursuing here, also in hot pursuit. Tiger advancing. He's pushed out of enemy against Zuntew. And there you go, rushing for the Northern Victory Point.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
What will he do with that 6 pounder gun? I mean, one option would be to destroy it, the other would be to recruit. So, what is he going to do here? There's also the option of trying to set up some kind of like trap, but yeah, he just destroys it.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
And he's actually withdrawing the Matilda too. You might be wondering why would he do that? Probably because he just wants grants. Now, another option because we just replace it with a fresh Matilda 2 in his efficiency too. We'll have to see. Trends being forced to strength to the likes of Infanteriegeschütz 18. But I'm guessing he just wants to like go for a lot of grants because they can deploy a lot of firepower against infantry and armor. And there you go. M3 grant on the way there for Zuntew and the British Empire. Flag filming ahead here. Almost got the Northern Victory Point that sees from the Germans. And there you go, Mount going off, killing several Panzerjägers. And there you go, 17 pounder gun engaged with the Tiger. Moving in 2 pounder gun, we got the Panzerjägers flanking the 17 pounder gun. Target scores a hit, flag filming up as well here. Pretty daring gambit here out of enemy, to be honest. Like, it backfires. There you go, lost the flag film, but he does get the 6 pounder gun, or 17 pounder gun. He quickly recruits it with the ambulance. 2 pounder gun firing away there. He could take out the Tiger tank if enemy's not careful. Shot bounced. Very lucky there for enemy. Line for gun keeps firing away there. Could take out the 17 pounder gun. And the Tiger tank is down. Huge blow to enemy. Big win there for Zuntew. In particular now, as his M3 Grant arrives, he's also lost a Panzerjäger squad. So he's down to just 2. And now enemy is actually fairly short on anti-tank weapons to halt the ground, which is definitely what you call a big issue. Particularly since he destroyed the 6 pounder gun, he doesn't even have that. M3 Grant rolling forwards. But then again, he clearly wasn't expected to be caught by the 17 pounder gun. Like that. Grant engaging the Panzerjägers, taking shots back here. Yeah, Panzerjägers are forced to withdraw here. They are powerless against the might of the M3 Grant, which was basically the British version of the M3 tank. The only real difference was basically the turret, which was a bit bigger on the British M3 and also lacked the machine gun in the cupola, which was a bit of a unique design choice the M3 had. Panzer Pioneer them engaged with M3 Grant. Need to withdraw there, and Zuntew certainly has bled a bit, but could probably soon still go for more grants. The enemy, is he going to try and go for another Tiger tank? I mean, considering the Vector Pony and everything else, I suppose he could be tempted to try it out here versus Zuntew. Not a bad idea necessarily, but it's definitely a risk, and it's not something I necessarily would recommend. But anyways, got the regular section here, equipped with the G40, or not the G40, but the Scopely Enfield. See, the Australians are long gone.
We have vehicles available in reserve.
Sent to the great big barbecue in the sky. Machine guns, sections, foot guards all moving in here. Grant a tank from the south here. Panzer versus the section here. Balanced out the Ganesh tanks here for the Grant and its many guns. Unleashing hell here for the British Empire. There you go. One Panzer section pushed back. Other one in a bit of trouble as well here. Closing in on that Tiger. Up north here, fighting continues at not a great pace here for enemy as he's pushed back as well there. Pretty much every push has now been forced off here by Zuntew. Tight spot here for enemy. So how will enemy turn this around? We'll have to see. But I imagine he's going to bet on a Tiger tank and probably trying to stay clear of the 17-pounder gun a bit better this time around. Obviously going to be a bit risky here, but he is helped by the fact that Zuntew is not trying to push for that victory point here, which does mean enemy isn't necessarily too concerned there. So, well, still has the 17-pounder gun at the ready. It's 2-pounder gun heading southwards towards the beaches once more. North here, we got the Bessieri, we got the Panzers all on the move here. Laden with machine guns of various kinds. We got more sappers on the way here for Zuntew. No, cancels them. In part because he lost his previous sapper section. That does make sense, but I think Zuntew just kind of went, what if I go for another Grant first, then sappers? And obviously, with vehicle repair, there's obviously a big incentive to also just have sappers to repair them fast. That way making them tougher.
Tiger 1, ready to turn the tide.
A repair itself was actually an element for the British in Companies 1, which actually skipped in Code 2. Seemingly has reintroduced in Code 3 with Australian defense. Foot guard section moving forwards here. There goes second targeting out for enemy and the German army. Second ground on the way there for Zuntew. More British/American steel. Right on the move, 17-pounder repositioning. Gun 68 is 305. Zuntew doing good job there, closing the gap between the two. There you go, 17-pounder gun smashes into the building here. Can't take out the M. Oh, he could take, yes. Then he actually isolates the 17-pounder gun. I mean, of course, it's going to be nasty, but he also can't move it. That could get a bit ugly here, in fact, for Zuntew and some guards. And there you go. Artillery cover called in. And this is going to make it both, A, difficult to, like, keep it alive, but also difficult to, like, defend it from enemy, as anything that's going to try and stay closer to defend it. I mean, recruit is going to get utterly obliterated by the artillery recoverability. So this is definitely a bold move here out of enemy. But not bad at all, though. Unless, of course, he decides not to follow up on him. He obviously should destroy this 17-pounder gun, or alternatively, grab it. But up north here, Bezier versus this Recce section there. So what we do about the 17-pounder here is going to destroy it, which honestly makes a lot of sense. I think it's pretty heavy, and he lacks any, I think, good way to just get it out of there fast. France being pushed back, and that's also something looking at a lot of these, large anti-tank guns. They had to be towed about by something because the infantry just couldn't push them around because it's heavy. In fact, the Pak-40 was in that sense a bit unique due to its sheer size. It was still light enough due to the way they designed the gun shield to be hauled around here. But even then, they still prefer to tow it instead of just having the infantry push it around. But it could be done. But yeah, Ammon's knocked out here. Nice attempt in this case. He would still quickly destroy the 17-pounder gun. Foot guards, they're hard at work there, staggering shots. Grants, foot guards, 2-pounder gun going for the Tiger. That's actually, I think, a target weak point here out of the 2-pounder gun. Another shot there. Tiger tank needs to get out of the Grant, flying away. This shot slamming against the Tiger tank. Most bouncing off harmlessly. And he's There you go, good shot on the ground here. Panzer's inching forwards.
Vehicle as requested.
Now the ambulance ready here for enemy and the German Reich. 268 versus 296. Zuntew has almost brought enemy down to his level.
Artillery batteries are
Now enemy's
set.
target tank is in
Request
intense need of repairs. Grant continue to advance forwards here. Panzer's about to get wiped out.
Bersaglieri ready to go.
West, we got the base area ready.
Our territory is an enemy.
Good shot on the 2-pounder gun. Light gun cleared out. Light gun's about to get destroyed. Let's have to remove enemies' artillery here versus Zuntew, which is great for Zuntew. It's fine to bring up sappers. Obviously, at this point, he has to because his Grant's so heavily damaged that they encountered the Tiger tank. They might as well lightly both explode.
We are losing grasp of a victory point.
Pressure advance over the victory point up north, though. Enemies laying claim to the north side again. Zuntew once more not putting a lot of pressure in there, pushing forwards, forcing Zuntew to withdraw from the victory point. Tiger taking advantage. We got veterans one on it. Big Curse machine there ready. You see the enemy's assault is completely floundering except for the Tiger tank. And how will Zuntew respond here with the loss of the 17-pounder gun? We'll just go for more grounds. We'll go for another 17-pounder gun. Or does Zuntew have some kind of other plan? A plan B, if you will. Back here, reinforcing healing.
Back to full complement.
Yes.
And back here, we got the Germans hitting the fuel point right outside Zuntew's base. That's definitely a bit dangerous there for Zuntew.
Panzer pioneers fully bolstered.
Certainly back for him. And there you go. Zuntew here going for another 17-pounder gun. Which itself, of course, was a fairly popular anti-tank gun in the British Army. And, of course, they would, trying to slap it onto as many, platforms as they could. Creating stuff like the Firefly, but also the Achilles. You have the Archer, which of course is now in the game. So there's only quite a few attempts to, leverage the 17-pounder gun and the sheer destructive power it had. Unsurprising, really. Punches made it with the Vickers. Panzer Pioneer there immediately gets hit by full volley there. Tiger tank gained the grants. Almost got the Panzer Pioneer, but they're forced to withdraw. 17-pounder gun is arriving here. Being hauled to the front line swiftly by the truck. Step on it, Reginald! The commander's going to give it to us as a suppository. T heading south here against the section. West side here. We got the foot guards there. Overcome by the sheer Italian might of the Bersaglieri. There you go. Tiger tank gets shot out by the 17-pounder gun. Shot fails. Could of course upgrade the truck here. Almost got a section here with the Panzer against the machine Gewehren. Sappers close to just utter extinction there in the face of the Tiger tank. Got 249 and 263. Gonna have to withdraw here. And of course, you have the two grounds still in fair need of repairs. Extending a bit of pressure towards the north. We got enemy responding now to the 17-pounder gun and all the other stuff Zuntew's got going with the Stuckasser Fuss. Especially escort down to just 2 men here. Able to withstand the sheer awesome might of the M3 Grant. Fixing up the Tiger. From the point here, British forces did seem to like the Grant in part because it was air conditioned, unlike a lot of their own tanks. Riding in a Grant was certainly significantly more comfortable in that regard. A lot less sweaty. And of course the gun, even in awkward possession, certainly provided them also with more firepower against both infantry and enemy armor. The Soviets, definitely some didn't like it. They called it the grave for 7 brothers, so you kind of get the idea, what they didn't, that were not keen on it. I mean, the Soviet tankers and that infantry, many never really stood back from that. For some of the BMP infantry tank, they also called the mass grave of the infantry. So, very Russian/Soviet thing. Grant's withdrawing here to give nicknames like that. Panzer's moving about here. Bigger sitting Southwards there to respond to that. Enemy and Zuntew definitely starting to get a bit more active again here. We can see that Zuntew struggling a bit more around this terrain to, like, you know, get a good line of fire on the Tiger tank, which is probably something enemy is quite happy about, as the harder it becomes for the 17 Panagon to fire this Tiger tank, the better. Stukas they're pretty close to the front line. Honestly, I feel like that's a bit risky here for enemy in the south side. Because they're holding the Panzer up. We got the Panzer Peony on the flank. Certainly could be a good target for the Stukas here. He's heading southward swiftly. 223, 263. And there we go, ground rolling hit supported by the 17 pounder gun and the 2 pounder gun and the sappers. There you go, Panzer Peony spotted. Got the primes coming down upon them like a ton of bricks out of Manchester. You could see the Panzer Peony swapped out. In fact, I'd be a bit surprised if any didn't get locked. There we go. Again, just the sheer number of guns here on the grounds really makes the scale incredible in that sense if you get more of them. And they can be really nasty against retreating infantry once they get significantly going. As for enemy, we're not seeing too much else at the moment. At this point, I would not be surprised if it's pretty close to the point we could say calling a Panda 4 to support the Tiger tank. Maybe some Stugs. We'll be able to see, of course, what he does. He's also found a lot of munitions in this regard. Should probably consider some more mines or something else. If he's lost his Panzer Pioneers now. Another shot from 17 pounder gun here. Tiger tank keeping the grounds at bay for the most part. But the 17 pounder gun really just makes it for the Tiger tank that's like, you know, not taking any damage. And there you go. Pop stretching's one here on both of them. We got, there you go. Stugas was bound here, not doing too much. Tiger tank, bet you 2 more shots just flying off here. Couldn't lose the Tiger tank. We got Panzer X-Men trying to assist here. And there you go. Tiger tank knocked out. Second Tiger tank lost here for enemy. Big win there, of course, for Zuntew. And quite the blow here. He's actually calling in the sector artillery here, artillery cover. Now the victory point just to keep Zuntew off it. Certainly feels a bit desperate here. Certainly highlighting that the pressure on enemy is growing. Also, we see Zuntew actually going for the field infirmary first now. Bit of a surprise there. This year they're getting blasted by the 2 grounds. Still hard at work, both veterans here too. So only complicating matters more for enemies' infantry to stay alive. There's the in trouble with the Vickers here on the west side. Still, enemy is maintaining map control here with Zuntew, but in other respects, he's definitely starting to fall behind. Like, he's taking a lot of rather, you know, intense losses. Like, he's lost 2 Tiger tanks at this point. There's definitely some issues here for enemy that needs to be overcome and needs to be overcome soon. I'm guessing at this point, though, he's probably just thinking that a second or third Tiger tank will surely be, you know, the one that leads to victory. There's here rushing 14 gauge for the Australians. Or the regular section, actually. And there we go, another ground tank here for Zuntew. Not much of a surprise there. More ground some area, and there you go. Engaging the Panzer, pushing them back. Pushing it, there we go. Heading also northwards now. Zuntew is really starting to spread his wings out across the map here. And enemy is definitely starting to more and more struggle just to contain his Zuntew. And there you go. Third Tiger tank out. That's a lot of Tiger tanks. Just not all at the same time, crucially. Of course, he had not lost as many Tiger tanks. He probably could have had a bunch of other tanks out to support the Tigers in the first place. So, well, it certainly, you know, highlights, you know, how well he's been doing in a lot of respects. There's also, I think, just, you know, a lot of resources lost in a way that they could have been expended in other, I think, more useful ways for them. Anyways, best area, but the southern victory point troubles the ground. Hoping the cover holds, but I think it's going to hold much longer. We got the Stukas barrages trying to take out the support weapons again. Close one there, and I think... Okay, was able to get the truck out there just in time. Grant Easel going for the best area, scoring a wipe here. Enemy's losses are really starting to get uncomfortable here. He suffered countless wipes at this point, and comparatively, he hasn't really been able to do the same here to Zuntew. I mean, he's clearly inflicting a lot of damage, but again, there's a bit of a difference in terms like, you know, the impact of those. Whereas again, Zuntew is losing individual members, he's rarely losing entire squads, whereas enemy is regularly at this point losing entire squads. So that definitely creates a problem here for enemy now. And he needs to, like, you know, start getting some wipes in here in Zuntew. With triple grants out, the situation is only getting more and more uncomfortable here for enemy and the German army. 151 is 25 here, the comfortable mine uses something to turn the tide against the British. South side here, Bezier again making move for their victory point are swiftly rebuffed here by the thunderous roar of the British guns. Going for that 2-pounder gun looking to destroy it. Almost out of there. Honestly, at this point, a part of me thinks enemy might actually want to consider doing the same thing here that Zuntew is doing, which is, you know, go for the big anti-tank weapon. In this case, well, for Zuntew, it's a 17-pounder gun. Well, enemy, that would be the Flak 36. That could certainly help against all these advancing grants. Pushing into the base, Stuka's the first knocked out. Another blow to enemy. Like, it's really starting to get difficult for him. He's losing so many units now. And he's just struggling. Oh, we got the sappers there. Which is nice, but just something you might have noticed, Zuntew has a lot more than just that sapper section. Going now for the Tiger Tank with triple grants here. 2 of them have popped the veterans one ability. Tiger Tank getting pummeled here. Heavy fire there. Ranging in on it. Tiger Tank's armor is about to completely break here. So many bouncers there. Almost got the grant. Bunker's drawing away fire. Panzer is trying to get a spot. He could take out one of the grants, maybe. And there you go. 3rd Tiger Tank down. A stinging blow of immense measure here to enemy. This lost quite a bit there. And there you go. With the loss of his 3rd Tiger, enemy surrenders before, you know, German secret police carries him off. So there you go, GG Gamer, a brutal match for the zone, and some interesting choices on both sides. The triple Panzer strategy, I think, was interesting, but I think it was committed to it too fast, which meant his opponent had more time to react to it and, you know, just basically circumvent it, at which point enemy strategy definitely had some issues. There's also things, some other areas, like, you know, like a mines, for example, didn't do enemy, I think, any favors. Either made it much easier for Zuntew just to push ahead here. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. If you learned something from it, if you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Links in cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.